Okay, I actually want to, first of all, lower the game volume to 30%. I swear it happens every time, and I am... Oh, someone actually got more XP than me. I thought I was going to be top on the team. I am a hair's thickness close to suffering from the Truman Show syndrome, where I think that everything around me is just designed to push me off the edge, which I know when you said that out loud sounds like a very, what's the term, self-entitled, whatever, like a little snowflake kind of comment. But I swear this happens almost every day, where I have to win a battle and you just can't win. And yeah, I've only played 2 games. Of course, it's easy to have a 0% win rate when you've only played 2 games. Well, last time it was this bad. I had played 12 games. Ed had a 0% win rate. Well, it just means you're not good enough. I'm sorry. I had 100% over kills this match. This guy was actually, he was actually pretty, he was actually pretty good. But I mean, I'm already recording because I have no idea how bad this is going to go, but did I sell the, no, I did not. How much do I need? 21,000. Yeah, I'm just trying to free XP because I really hate this thing. The armor is alright, but the gun is just inadequate. Doing damage in the Borsig is not a problem, even though I missed the first 4 shots. And when you have an 18-second reload, that's a bit of a problem. Japan. That is... I just wonder why the game tells you to win. Actually, I think I know why. The missions are randomized. Or so we're told. Is it possible that Wargaming sees that as of recent I've had a poor win rate and purposely throws me such mission to force me to play the game for longer? Honestly, I don't think that's much of a conspiracy theory at this point. Maybe 20 years ago it would have been, but these days, no. What do you mean you're starting background recording? I'm already recording. Because we all know that Wargaming is doing this to frustrate players into saying, yeah, screw this and spend money on the game. And I can understand because is that him? No, probably. I do have a few premiums and they're very, very good vehicles. I have a Scorpion, which was gifted to me by my friend who goes by the nickname Calso or Sir Jensen, and I am very grateful. And I understand why the Scorpion is the most sold tank in the whole game, premium, and why it's popular. Actually, I think The Scorpion cannot be my favorite premium tank, or just tank. As in, if I could just keep one, which one would it be? Ooh! That was not even fully aimed. And the reason why is I think that it's a bit risky, as in it's a very tall vehicle with not a lot of armor and the gun depression is not that good. And that is, I think, how you should balance a vehicle. The biggest problem, of course, is that in the past few years... Ha! Ha ha! Got him! I could just see the top of his shield in third person. That was a pretty good shot. But the problem is that Wargaming has been releasing what I've called one-man army vehicles. And that is a problem, to have a one-man army vehicle in a game that is designed to be multiplayer. I remember this one time when I was watching a chieftain, and he made a lot of bad decisions. One of them being that instead of helping the team, oh, okay, that one was fully aimed and decided to not do anything. Okay. Instead of helping the team, he went to put his back against the wall, as in against the map border, and he faced the whole team alone once he was the last man left standing. When he could have, there were a few decisions that he could have made where he could have saved a few teammates, and we could have then won, because of course he lost, but he was top on damage and XP and kills, so he probably thought to himself, I was the best player on the team, the statistics say so, blah blah blah. But we probably would have won if he had helpful teammates instead. But he had a one-man army tank, and so he played it as a one-man army tank. He left the team die while he had his back against the wall. And I was mad when I was seeing this, and I don't bother writing in chat anymore. But this time I actually wrote in chat. Even a bot could have played better. And I know that's a big claim for somebody who is a free to play player. And oh, that's hello. And you know, talking about a chieftain, which it's so overpowered that you can no longer acquire it. I know it's a big claim, but the truth is a bot would have actually done a better decision, because a bot would have gone towards the nearest enemy. Jesus. How did you miss me at that range? Come on. I was about to say, if you miss me again, come on, come get me. Tunnel vision on me. Wow, that really... And he fired gold too! Lol, what an idiot. But yeah, a bot would have actually done better, because a bot would go towards the nearest spotted enemy. And the bot would have actually gone and assisted the team. Maybe the bot would have not got hold down and would have gotten himself killed, but a chieftain is always a priority target, and the enemy would have probably targeted him first, given the other friendlies the opportunity to shoot at them while they were distracted. Oh, I just destroyed his observation device. I thought I destroyed his cannon. Cause damage to 15. Well, if I want to cause damage, I should probably get a high rate of fire vehicle. Yeah, but it's alright if I average like 3 damage vehicles per game. That's just another 2 games and I'm off. Because here's the thing. I don't like daily missions because how can I say it? It's so difficult because when you have daily missions, yeah, it only takes an hour, maybe 2 hours. But if you're like me and you have over 200 games on your PC, and well, most of them are offline, but let's say I play 10 MMOs. If it takes 1 hour to do the missions in one MMO, that's 10 hours. That's a full day. So doing dailies is actually a way for game developers to force their players into choosing which games they want to invest their time into. Which, I mean, I suppose in a way is not that bad, because that means that you can... It's actually a way for you to choose which game you enjoy or prefer. So in this case, that is not why. In World of Tanks case, it's because the Battle Pass is a temporary event. And once the Battle Pass is over, you can no longer acquire the items. It's a limited time event, that's the only reason I'm doing it. Because without the Battle Pass, I play World of Tanks maybe twice a week. Because I just don't want to get back to it. Too many on hills. Well, I'm sorry. Maybe you can talk to the mediums, but I am going to dig my roots here. Okay, don't get too close. Immediately advances because I am the master of irony, as I always say. How far is he? Tortoise is 100 meters, I should be alright. You really want to do that? Yeah, he does. Oh fuck, he saw me. Nope, 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 nope. And I should no longer be detected. Really? They did not have direct line of sight to me. Okay, if the ice gets spotted, I can't get it. Go tortoise. Tortoise. Forgot how to speak for a second. So wait, 726. Ah, that was a belover. I should have killed him. Hello, IS. Oh, he hates me. I'm fucking anyway. I would like to speak, but I cannot speak and play at the same time. I do not have very good concentration skills. Oh, and that completely missed. That's beautiful. But yeah, and then you have things such as the prestige rewards in Aliens Fireteam Elite, where it doesn't matter when you do it, it's just a very, 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 very long grind. But see, Fireteam Elite is different. Fireteam Elite is it's co-op. It's not PvP, so it's online. But you fight with each other instead of against each other, and honestly, Fireteam Elite is a very, very difficult game on the higher difficulty settings. It is actually really hard. So having an overpowered... You might be overpowered on easy or normal, but when you play... that missed too. Come on, you're just taking the piss at me now. But when you play on extreme, or even intense, it's you don't feel so overpowered anymore. If I get him... Oh, I got him! That is so bullshit. You know, see, here's the thing. When somebody snapshots my cupola, I always think that people would say, oh, you would be happy if it happened to you. No, actually I'm not. I mean, yeah, I'm happy, but it should not have happened. It should not have happened. I should have never been able to hit his cupola at that range. And I don't even think I was fully aimed. I think I was mostly aimed, but not fully. That should not have happened. I think World of Tanks would overall be a much better and better balanced game if it had co-op such as Armored Warfare. I'm very sad about what happened to Armored Warfare because it had a good future and then it just kind of left, and now it's just one of those games that only make enough money. Tiger P, what are you doing here, you absolute brain dead moron? I know you're in a Tiger P and it's not a very good vehicle, but come on. Your turret is still the same as that of the normal Tiger, so... It's behind the rock. Where's that IS? Tiger P, get moving. Yeah, it will be much better. Because, yeah, I have to get my thoughts together. Not Fire Team Elite, Armored Warfare is a game that just makes enough money to keep itself afloat. But WOT of Tanks is not. Oh. Hello. Oh, that comes from the back. Okay, I have a rock. Dude, there's a rock. Okay, before someone one shot. Because that P43 has. Yep, he does. Have direct line of sight to me. So I think that if WOT of Tanks or Wargaming, because even World of Warships has not PvP co-op, it's got operations, there's also convoy, there's all sorts of different co-op modes. And for the past year or two, I have not played PvP in World of Warships. I have not played random battles in 2 years because I do not enjoy random battles. And because they give me the option. And I think what WOT of Tanks should do is provide... Jesus, my brain really slows down when I'm concentrated. Come on, show me your... Yes, yes. Nice. Wargaming should invest in making a co-op, and not a limited time co-op like what they did with the 100th anniversary of the tank, with the Mark 1 or the Mark 4, the Mark tank escort. I was actually more excited about driving a Mark tank rather than escort it. And of course that was just a test bed for the armored cars. And see, here's the thing. If they had a co-op mode... Oh wow, he didn't even see me. This is ridiculous. I know I have good camo on this vehicle, but this is exaggerated, come on. Okay, he's getting the hell out. Really? How? One shot, that's the problem. Okay, the Leopard, the Tiger P is still wanking in a bush. The Ute is about to die, which is good. And the PT is going to get the okay. Yep. And we got both of them at the same time, that's great. I think that I got my mission done finally. I think I did damage 5. The very least 4. But yeah, if Wargaming made PvE co-op, you could ban overpowered vehicles like the Chieftain and the 279E. And also the armored cars from the queue. Oh, there's a first class? Really? I didn't think I did that well, but okay. I'm guessing people are not doing very well in the Borsig in the past 2... whatever. Yeah, of course the Tortoise did great. Got Steel Wool too. Actually, I think I knew this player. Well, no, as in seen him around. Cast damage to 25 vehicles. Wait a minute. Where is it? 23. I just need 700, so I need 12,600. Fine. Well, actually, you know what's good? I have a go in it. Should boost it, and I'll save a little bit of free XP as well. So, but yeah, I just punched my microphone. Yeah, the 2790 is overpowered. The chieftain is overpowered. In the entirety of the time. In the entirety of the time. Is that even a saying? I don't know. For the entire length of time in which the chieftain has been in the game, I've only ever destroyed one. And that was because he was one of the last guy left alive. He was isolated from the other few remaining players on his team, and he was being surrounded by at least 6 of us together. And he was, of course, spamming gold at me. I was in a very tall tank. I believe that was the Oho. And it was the Oho or the KV5, some very tall, heavy tank. And I say that because I was face-hugging him. Well, I was straight behind the dude that was face-hugging him. And I managed to get a plunging shot into his cupola for only like 20 damage. Which is why I say could have been the Oho because, of course, fire high explosive in the Oho, but... it's a very power crap tank, and so is the KV4. The KV4 was my first tier 8 love. I have sold it in the past, and then I had a lot of fun in the Oho, and then I realized that the Oho has even less armor than the KV4, so I bought it back and realized that it was actually a lot of fun. It's just at the time, and I'm talking about pre-physics even, I was not very good at the game quite yet. And I was not good enough for tier 8. I have greatly improved in the past few years. But see, that is the problem with PvP is how do you sell something that is appealing to somebody without being overpowered to somebody else? There's no artillery. Yeah, I guess instead of hiding in the bushes, I might go hold them. I think I'm okay. No, I go hold down. Yeah, this thing has pretty good gun depression. Jesus, it's time for my afternoon coffee. I can't speak. Oh, hello. Oh, really? Side shot of a Vipera and it bounces. FCM, what are you doing? FC101. I don't think I can pen that even the lower plate. That's a problem. Because vehicles should be balanced. Of course. Alright, who's gonna shoot at me? Come on, who's gonna shoot? Well, someone already missed me. Oh, shoot. Yeah, this is gonna be a loss. We're already losing 0-5. This is ridiculous. Alright, who dat? I saw sparks. Oh, Vipera, he's firing AP. CS, miss. E25. Jesus, this thing is really well armored. 0-10. Is this gonna be another perfect round? 0-11. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a perfect round. Yep. 12. Come on, CS. Where are you? Show yourself. Oh, and of course I'm on the right. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother. And I'm on the right. Yep. Look at that, 0-15. I was just talking about balance. Is this balanced? And you're gonna say, oh, it doesn't happen that often. Bull fucking shit. This is the third or fourth perfect score that I've seen this week. It's Saturday. And I was only in one of them. And before that, and I mean years ago, you could count those things on the fingers of one hand on how often it happened per year. Unless you were one of those people who play World of Tanks 18 hours a day. But I mean, there should be some balance. A friend of mine, my friend Will, he says, oh, we should have a skill-based matchmaking. I'm like, you know what? I'm partially with you. And my reasoning is that... goodness, I can't think straight. Let's say that you... okay, it should be a tank win rate matchmaking. Because if let's say that I play the Scorpion for like 100 games to make credit because I'm broke and I make 10 million. 100 games, that's what, like a week for me? Ah, 6, 7, and it's only 14 per team. Okay, I'll take that. Well, if I spent 100 games, so a full week, just playing and playing and playing. Okay, maybe not a full week, let's say 4 or 5 days. Yeah, 5 days, about. And I just spend... Yeah, they're gonna... I mean, I suppose I could just buy the gun and have a go at it and see if it fixes anything, because the armor's pretty good. But... yeah, everything else is bad. I mean, it is stock. Except, I think, the radio. Definitely don't have the top engine. Oh, we already killed their Type 64. That's wonderful news. But that that's the SU-101. Yeah, whatever. I can be an assault tank for a change. Especially if it's just a KV-1S, that thing is done wrong. Looks like I'm gonna be the front line. So, but... I don't even remember where I was going. I remember talking about how you're supposed to make something appealing to buy without it being overpowered. And the reason is co-op instead of PvP. Or you should just have everyone fight in the same vehicles. I remember there was this historical battle thing a few years back when Wargaming had like 3 Tigers fight against like 14 T-34-76s, not 85s. And of course everybody wanted to play in the Tiger. Well, how about you just join the queue and then people are given the vehicles at random? Why didn't they think of that? Okay, are you gonna pen me? Well, first you have to get me. Yeah, you're gonna die if you heat thingy. Are you gonna fire heat? No, just regular HE. Ah, he's finally going through me. I'm gonna have one more shot. Yeah, I think I've overstayed here. Oh yeah, and the tiger is trying to fire gold. Now, of course, it's the SU-100M1 who can hit me with standard. That's what I was afraid of. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm reversing. Oh, he shot my cupola too. Yeah, that probably explains why. Yeah, I am out, and looking at the map, I don't think we're gonna win this. Hello. Love that. It was red and it still goes to long, and it didn't hit exactly where I aimed. Oh my god, and he's gonna kill me. Oh no, he's not. I would like artillery. Leave me alone. Oh, finally. Oh, I thought that was the gold spamming Leo that was gonna kill me. Yeah, this is not a great vehicle. And wargaming makes me laugh. Not in a aha, this is funny, but in oh my god, how have we fallen so far? Because I don't remember which it was, but there was this new branch of vehicles that was being released. And they talked about the low tier vehicles as like 2, 3, 4, as if anyone cares other than a few. So I don't know, maybe the Matilda at tier 4 is still a great tank. But I mean, they were talking about the tier 2, 3, and 4 as if it was something spectacular. And then in the middle of the video, they said, we're just going to skip 5, 6, and 7 because there's nothing particularly unique about them. But tier 8 is where the fun's at. No, they said the fun was at tier 10, obviously. Because that's where they make the most money. Because Wargaming said only 5% of all ammunition fired in World of Tanks is gold ammo. Yeah, if you include low tier autocannons and tanks with 1 second reloads. If you look at tier 10, only 85% of ammunition is gold. But of course, they are going to completely ignore that, obviously. Why did I start talking about gold? I was talking about co-op. Because armored cars are stupid. And I got into an argument with some people online because they were going to release this 6x6 Soviet vehicle. I don't know if they already released it, but there was going to be a British like, oh, I can get the Conqueror. Okay, nice. Not gonna buy. I didn't like the Carnarvon. I can also get that thing. Nice? Question mark? Yeah, I'll get that some other time. But they were going to release a 6x6 like Lynx sort of vehicle for the United Kingdom. And then only a few days ago they said that they were also I can get the 704. Wait, the ISU is not. Oh no, I didn't get the 152. Yeah, I didn't like the ISU. I was surprisingly disappointed. Can buy the IS-3 back though. And I made a comment and I said, Wargaming, we do not want them. Listen to your community. We do not want them. And then somebody said, I want them, so STFU, because obviously you can't swear on Instagram. That was an Instagram post. And then I said, okay, I want to point out that when I say we, I'm obviously talking about the ones among us, who do not want it. Wargaming has a very divided community. I cannot speak for the community as a whole, obviously. And don't tell people to STFU. This isn't, I said this isn't middle school anymore. Grow up. Didn't hear back from him. And Nothing else that I can free XP. I still don't have the Top Gun for this thing. I didn't even know. But nah, why does it matter? It's less performance. I mean, penetration. Here's the thing, right? The only thing I care about is penetration. Everything else, I can do something about it. I can compensate for a vehicle's poor driving performance by being a good driver, anticipating turns, accelerations, and stops, using the terrain to my advantage. I can compensate for bad gun performance by training the gunner, putting equipment, field modifications, using crew books to advance the training, that kind of stuff, right? Those are things I can do something about, but the physical penetration of a shell is something that I have zero, absolutely zero control over. Which is why it's, whenever I have a choice of gun, I always go for the one with the highest penetration. With exceptions such as the KV2 for obvious reason, and the Yoho. That's because the Yoho is... Well, see, here's the thing, right? Where is the Yoho? Because I actually did play with the Type 4. Look at that, 2057 experience. To be fair, I played the thing entirely stock. I didn't have that Top Gun with 257 millimeters of penetration instead of 230. But the problem that I had with this thing, right? You show up your front like this. People penetrate your cheek, people penetrate your cupola, people even penetrate the mantlet, which is supposed to be much bigger. People penetrate you on the front here because it's flat. Well, you angle. You've got this cheek. And I mean, this is not a hold-down tank. So, it's a side scraper. Yeah. It's big, it's slow. Right? It's too slow to run away. It has the stealth of the International Space Station, so it can't hide. So, the only thing it's good for is to be in the front line and punch hits. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. But see, here's the problem. Oh, that was a win. Wow. I am legitimately surprised. Actually, I even forgot what game I just played. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I actually thought we were going to lose that one. How many survived? None. Oh, our Type 64 with Pascucci's and yeah. Wendy, you think the Type 64 is overpowered and should be removed? No. The Type 64 is balanced because it has poor armor. So the thing is, even a noob with a stock gun can still do something about a Type 64. At least in terms of fighting. Which is why I think that we should have a matchmaker based on win rate for the tank. That's what I wanted to talk about 15 minutes ago. If you have a tank, if you're playing 100 games in the Scorpion to make credits, and then you're like, you know what, I'm gonna play something 100% stock to grind. But it's a skill-based matchmaking, and the matchmaking says, oh, you've had like a 79% win rate the past 3 days, so you're gonna go against sweaty silk lovers. And then you go in battle with a 100% stock tank with a 50% crew, and you go, let's say you're a curate, and you end up with a team that has a chieftain and a 2790. What are you supposed to do? And I wanted to finish my problem with the Type 4 really quick. Is the majority of the time what happened is I would do, what's the damage per shot in this thing? 450. Let's say that I high roll 2 shots, I do 1000 damage. let's be generous and say I did 3 shots worth of damage. I did 1,300 damage, I bounced 2,500 damage, and then I die. 1,300 damage and 2,500 blocked are actually higher than average. I actually don't have big amazing games like that often. Average damage 1,600. My total is 764 damage per game. Why is that? I do like to play with my ELC even 90, in which I don't like to shoot very often. I play artillery, especially the tier 10 French arty with the autoloader, and that thing is just about as accurate as a blind person shooting a stormtrooper rifle. As a blind stormtrooper, I guess I should have said. Because the whole point of stormtroopers being bad at aiming was the design of their handmaids. Why am I even saying this? I should just say it shoots about as accurately as a stormtrooper. I should have just said that in the first place. So doing 1,300 damage per game and then bouncing, look at that, average damage block 700. My average is 328. I don't play slow, heavy vehicles anymore because, especially with the better availability of premium rounds in this game, there's just no point. You're playing the Type 4 heavy, you bounce 2,500. So what? 2,500 damage. This thing has 2,000 hit points. Okay, it's normal for a heavy tank to bounce its amount of hit points within a battle. It's not common, but it's normal. So I do 3 shots worth of damage, bounce the amount equal to my health, and then I die. Now here's the problem. That's normal at tier 9 and 10 to do 1,300 damage and to bounce 2,000 damage. That's the thing. It's normal at that tier. With the Rinoceronte at tier 10, I bounce 3,000 damage and do 3,000 damage regularly in that thing. So I bounce only 2/3 of what I normally bounce in the Rinoceronte, and I do 1/3 of the damage that I normally do in the Rinoceronte. And then I die. But then I look back at my games and I realize I contributed to nothing. And I can't even say, oh, I'm just slowing them down. No, because if I poke around the corner to take hits, I take damage. And then when I'm on low health, they get confident and they rush me. If I just hide around the corner, they'll realize, oh, he's not gonna do anything, and then they get confident and they rush me, and then I die. This thing has zero effect on the battlefield because it is so easily outdone by premium ammo, because the only thing that it has for it is its armor. Why even give it that a weak point? Look, it's literally the same thickness. Why is this a weak spot? I'm fairly certain that's a weak spot. You should give this much angle. If you angle like this, yeah, they should penetrate. But if you give this much angle as you come around the corner, with this being, it's still angled, you should not take damage. Your track should absorb the shots. This should bounce, and this should absorb the shells. Because then if you have such bad armor that you can't poke around the corner and not take damage, then what are you going to do? You just sit there. Are you going to wait for your team to do something about it and then be support vehicle? What's the point? What's the point? And then people are probably going to tell me, oh, but you know, you can go on YouTube, you can watch, you know, where people block 6,000, 7,000 damage in a Type 4 and a Type 5. Yeah, okay. First of all, how many of those were premium rounds? Secondly, how many of them missed or were shot in. Okay, you can do something about the situation. If you're in a situation where the enemy cannot sit and aim without taking risks, I get it, but those kind of situations don't happen often at all. And that's the point I'm trying to make. And so I played, I think, 4 games in the Type 4, and then I sold it because I hated it. This was by far the worst tank I ever played, because its whole gimmick is supposed to be armor, and it has none. 250 millimeters. Its gun has 200, and its top gun has 257 millimeters. It can be defeated by its own gun. It's not really a problem. The problem is if you have guns that fire heat with 270, 280 millimeters. It's not a good tank. It has no impact on the battlefield. And I hated it. And I also hate this thing. No. Yes. Let's see, 740. No. 43, 980. Sell. And I'm gonna have 1 game in the Hori 2. And see what happens. Big gun. I do like that there's this roof hump for the what's the gun depression? 8 degrees. It's not bad. Probably could be better. Cheeto. I only had 1. Oh no, I did have 2. Retrain to current vehicle. 0.41 accurate. Nah, you know what? I have the credits. Why not? And then the Top Gun is... Oh, I can get the Top Gun without even getting the tracks, but it is expensive. Yeah, I'm gonna have... I'm probably gonna keep it because I do keep a lot of tier 8s. And what's the base pen? 220... Why is it set 220 to 208? Isn't it supposed to be minimum then maximum? I don't know. This game has a lot of balance problems. Everybody knows that. And it's... I don't know. I don't know where I'm going. I have no script. I just talk and talk and talk, and I get lost in my own thoughts. But you know, the thing is, if the company was good and cared, then that wouldn't be a problem. For example, my favorite company, gaming company in the world, is SCF Software. The developers and publishers of American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator 2. They listen to their community. They do Twitch streams often. They read the chat. They answer questions out loud right there in the stream, just as it should be done. And they listen to their community. They've added things in the game that they never wanted to add in the game, but that the community asked for. And that is how you should do something. And then what happens is people, they buy stuff not because they are forced to do it in order to remain competitive, but because they actually enjoy the game. Excuse you. Hey, Ronix! Excuse yourself, you're not alone here, you cock bucket. Nope. This kind of attitude, you can fight them a lot. No, no. CC67, don't go there. Let him fight them alone. If he's gonna be a douchebag, he can fight them alone. Pershing, what are you? Okay, good. I thought he was going to try to prevent me from turning around. I am turning around. I have absolutely no idea if this forehead is weak. It does look like a thinner piece of metal. I'm going to assume that even though it gives me more gun depression, it also is a weak point. That could be a balancing factor if there wasn't already a rangefinder. Unless the rangefinder is a trap and is a fake weak spot. That would be a way to balance the game. Well, the vehicle within the game. But what I was saying is, when you as a company, you show that you care about the game that you make and the community that you build, then the players will buy things not because they need to buy something in order to be competitive, but because they actually like the company that you've built and the game that you've made, and they want to support it so that it can keep continuing. It can keep continuing. Okay, what time is it? Oh goodness, it's 2 PM. I am way overdue for my afternoon coffee. But I mean, this is almost an hour long anyway. And yeah, this is just what I wanted to say, I suppose. I just started recording. I don't even remember why I started recording. But yeah, I only played this because of the limited time battle pass. And if my friend had not bought me all of these premium tanks, I would probably go as far as to maybe not delete my Wargaming account, but at the very least World of Tanks. I do still enjoy playing World of Warships. Every now and then. Well, every now and then I log in and do at least one game every day, but I don't really play more than half an hour. There's just nothing. Come on. Oh. Aha, he knows where to hit me. Good job. Alright, let's see. Lower plate, okay. Uh oh. That is not good, 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 that is not good at all. Hello. Yeah, see, I put myself into a not favorable situation with a 42 on my head, on my ass. Yeah, I'm gonna die before I even get it. Yep, there it is. And he's firing gold too! What a fucking idiot! This is one other thing that I fucking hate about these things. Every single hoodie driver that I see fires gold. I swear, I am probably going to be the only hoodie driver in the entirety of the North American server that doesn't fire gold. It just fucking pisses me off. He didn't even switch to either high explosive or AP, he still fired gold. Which means he either only loaded gold in his tank, or he's too fucking stupid to use his goddamn head. And they all fucking died too. Jesus! How stupid. And he's already used all of his rockets, which means he's not taking the game seriously. So here's the thing, right? A lot of people who play World of Tanks don't care. There should be two servers, one for people who don't care and one for competitive players. And even though I don't play this game as much, I'd rather be in the competitive player server. Or they should have quick games. And just like in War Thunder, they have arcade battles and then they have realistic battles and simulator battles. I think World of Tanks should be something similar. Should do something similar. Where you just have arcade battles where you have small maps like Himmelsdorf and Ansk, the very small maps. This is the problem also. World of Tanks has two small maps. You should have quick games with like I don't know, armored cars and other stupid stuff, high-paced games, and then you would have standard battles with bigger maps, slower gameplay, you know, where you have to like go and take bases, that kind of stuff. No. Someone says MBTHP and I say all of it, and then the ISU gets, yeah, this is a loss. I need to take a break and grab me a coffee because I can only see. Here's the thing. I can't really. I just mumble and mumble and mumble because I really can't put my finger on the problems and I can't really express them in a verbal manner. But the thing is, right? I'm a good player. Been playing this game for 12 years. I have all the tiers all the way up to tier 10, and I can still perform decently while having never even bought a singular round of gold ammo. Dude, you know you're spotted, right? The Horde is looking at you! Oh no, never mind, he's in the low ground. Well, still. And even then, I know that this is a team-based game, and I was talking about how the Chieftain and the 279 are stupid because they're a one-man army. See, here's the thing, okay? If this is why you should have a tank win rate-based matchmaking. I was thinking that maybe if your team sucks, that when you're low on teammates, that maybe you could get some sort of buff that can help you swing the tide around, so it's not just a 15-0. But I don't know how they can make it happen, which is why they should have a I'll bet you that was a gold run as well. Which is why they should have a tank-based tank skill matchmaking. Because that means that if you're grinding and you're stuck, you go with tanks that are. There should also be a thing that it should keep track of how many XP you've earned in total in a tank, and unless you've had to the precise XP, the amount of XP required to unlock every single upgrade, or that you have unlocked every single upgrade, that you can have the choice to only have a +1 matchmaking, which I think a +1 matchmaking should be standard in the first place. And the reason why I say that is because somebody could willingly not unlock an optional upgrade, such as a derp gun versus, you know, going for the high penetration gun, and then willingly not unlock every upgrade and leave the vehicle not elite. And that because people will always find loopholes, people will always cheat. Wait a minute, I said I was going to take a break and grab my coffee. But anyway, yeah, I know that I just talk and talk and talk with, as we say, no head, no tail, which means nonsensical. Don't know where to begin, don't know where to end. Very difficult for me to have an idea and just lay it nice and nicely and just begin and end. But I think I've made my point across.